So once we talk of seronegative spondyloarthropathy, we talk of RA also in the same breath. So how do we differentiate seronegative spondyloarthropathy with versus RA? Seronegative arthropathy, usually males, usually young. Rheumatoid, usually females and any age group. Rheumatoid arthritis, if you talk in a single line, it is a autoimmune chronic inflammatory joint disorder affecting bilaterally symmetrical joints, distal more than proximal, with a morning stiffness of at least half an hour without any other systemic trouble. So this is what RA would be in short, as a not exactly a definition but understanding. So symmetry is in RA. Seronegative will have oligoarticular and asymmetrical, meaning you will have, say, the left knee joint and the right sacroiliac joint, or say the left shoulder and the right knee. That kind of affection will be there. Symmetry will also be not there, and you will have more proximal joints affected in seronegative. So distal joint affection, meaning foot and hand joint affections, more likely to be RA than seronegative arthropathy. The only seronegative arthropathy which has more distal joint affection is psoriatic arthropathy. And psoriatic arthropathy also has subtypes, of which only two are that. One is nail tip arthropathies of psoriasis, or the RA type psoriatic arthropathy. Rest of the things are more like proximal, more like ankylosing. So psoriatic has subtypes: ankylosing type, RA type, nail distal arthropathy, and arthritis mutilans. Seronegative arthropathy has more lower limb joints. Rheumatoid has more upper limb joints. Low backache obviously is part of ankylosing. That is what we are talking, spondyloarthropathy. So whereas in rheumatoid you will not have backaches unless the rheumatoid has been long lasting, has caused osteoporosis, and has caused a wedge compression. The subcutaneous nodules will be there in RA, which is not there in seronegative. Now this is what you have to X-ray. Seronegative has marginal erosions, whereas RA has central and subchondral geodes. This is the difference, because in RA the pannus will erode and travel through the Haversian canal and the Folkman's canal and go into the bone, causing geodes. And that's why in the years ago, where people used to do synovectomy as a surgical treatment for bad rheumatoids, they used to recur with their synovitis, because though you have removed the entire synovium, the geodes you have not removed. So as the pannus went from the synovium into the bone, now reverse happens. From the geode, it starts going back and causes a synovium, which causes synovitis. So this is the relevance from the surgical standpoint. But this also talks from the homeopathic standpoint, the deep-seatedness of the trouble. Will be degenerative, not RA. Hubbardon nodes are degenerative phenomenon of the DIP joint. Thickening osteophytic growths of the distal interphalangeal joint as the primary osteoarthritis is Hubbardon nodes and is never RA. Bouchard's nodes is degenerative change in the PIP joint, degenerative, not RA. Though PIP joint affection in RA is known, but Bouchard nodes is classically degenerative. Similarly, the first CMC joint, the first carpometacarpal joint of the thumb, that is, thickening is always OA, primary osteoarthritis of the first CMC joint. The first CMC joint will never be affected by RA. The DIP joint will never be affected by RA. So these are like some classic stuff that you have to keep in mind.